bubble just bust? This is a question I get day in, day out in my DM now that the market is downtrending. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what my answer is. But before we jump into the answer, you need to understand a couple of fundamental things about what a narrative actually is. Because when we're looking at the AI space, it's nothing more than just a narrative. It's the same narrative as when you're looking at the meme coin period. It's the same one as the NFT period, okay? When we're looking at this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can position yourself so you don't get caught up in all of the hype. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know me yet, my name is Trading Wizard. I show on this YouTube channel what the reality is of day trading instead of all of the nonsense you see online when you're looking at signals, when you're looking at call groups and all of the nonsense. I made more than 950x on a narrative as well, and I'm showing you here exactly what it takes to actually make money in the space. Now, in this overview, we are going to walk through a couple of things. And one of those things is narrative economics, the 3 layers of AI, the current crash explained, and am I currently bullish or bearish? After that, of course, I will do a general market overview for the upcoming week. Now, in order to understand AI and this current dump more, you need to first understand what actually a narrative is. And one of the things that I always give first is I give the book Narrative Economics. The title says it itself. This, in my opinion, is one of the best books describing what a narrative is and how you can position yourself. Because the moment when people hear, okay, something is a bubble, is the moment they run away. Well, in my opinion, at the end of the day, if you understand the bubble, you can still make money from the bubble. This is something, for example, I did when the NFT space was crawling up. I made more than, from $500, more than $1.2 million in the NFT space by being early. I sold at the right moment as well. How? By just simply understanding what a narrative is and how it survives. Now, when we're looking at this, we are going to do exactly the same thing when you're looking at the meme sector. I made more than 950x in the meme sector. Why? Because I understood what narratives were. So when we're looking at this, I'm going to show you exactly how a narrative survives. When we're looking at the narrative, it's very simple. A narrative goes in 6 steps, okay? So the start of a narrative is you have a start of a new story. So when we're looking at AI was just a new kid on the block. And now everyone talks about it, and the smartest minds in the world come together to talk about it. Once this happens, the word spreads, okay? So you're going from just a very small group now to the bigger audience. The story goes viral and everyone starts believing in it, and everyone starts talking together about it. You maybe even have your mother now talking about AI and your father. Now, this is when the boom comes. The story takes over and people start to invest, prices rise, and the hype explodes. Why? Because people don't want to get left out. The moment they realize, hey, this AI thing can actually become a big thing, is the moment when everyone wants to profit. And don't get me wrong, this is me as well. This should be, in my opinion, everyone. Why? Because you want to make money, of course. Now, again, you need to understand this cycle, because from here we are going downwards. So this is when we have the peak. Everyone already knows the story and it stops feeling new and exciting. And this is a phase that you almost are seeing now already, where AI has a lot of new developments, but even if you tell your neighbor now, or if you tell your mother, or this and this and this, they say, yeah, it's fine, I already use it. People are not looking really up about it anymore. Exactly the same thing when we're looking at the NFT space back in the days, or when you're looking at the meme tokens. At one moment, everyone was already involved. Now, I always ask myself this very simple question, and that is, who am I selling to? Okay, it's that simple. So if I have my NFT and everyone already knows about it, then at one question I have to ask myself, who is the next person who's going to buy this from me? If already everyone knows about it and everyone already has it, okay? This is one of the most important things you always have to ask yourself as an investor in a non-emotional way. Stop convincing yourself why this is going to be the next big thing. You need to be a Karen. Being a Karen in the investing space pays off the best. Why? Because Karen in the investing and in the crypto space is right 9 out of 10 times. Because I'm sorry to tell you, most projects are actually a scam. 9 out of 10. So when you're looking at this, Karen is right 9 out of 10 times. So in my opinion, it's better to position yourself as a Karen and be very, very skeptical about everything. So when you're looking at this, everyone already knows the story. It stops feeling new or exciting. This will happen when then afterwards people say, hey, I don't need it anymore, and they are going to sell. So they lose interest or they get burned. Now, because they are getting burned, the story gets bigger, and it's like the snowball effect, but then towards the downside. Prices will drop. Then most of the time you won't hear anything anymore from the narrative for quite some time. So when is the last time you saw a news topic about a new meme token? Most probably not somewhere recent, okay? Same goes about NFTs. No one hears about it anymore. I'm not saying it's dead. I'm just saying it's not that much in the news anymore, and only the people who are really passionate about it, they are still doing it. Now, when you're looking at this, I want you to understand that this is just from a retail perspective. Now, when you're looking at the AI space, I want you to understand the 3 layers of AI. Because there's one problem at the moment when you're looking at AI. And that is that there's a lot of new money thrown at the development. And a lot of investing is happening by all of the big companies. Now, in order to understand what is the scary thing here, is that it's basically just driven on 3 things. One, we have the product layer, so OpenAI, Anthropic, xAI, and multiple other companies that in this case now are just LLMs. They are basically the products, okay? So they are the ones telling the story of AI, and they push the narrative of what everyone wants, basically. Okay, now when you're looking at this, because the story is hot and everyone is talking about it, so again, the 3 point, yes, everyone talks about it, they can raise billions in fundings and create perceived demand for more AI infrastructure. Now, that is the product layer, okay? So that is number 1. How I like to view this is we have this little chair with 3 legs, okay? So this is leg number 1. This is the thing of the leg, yeah? This is number 1. Then we have the hardware layer for AI. So what actually makes the AI run, okay? These benefits the most when everyone believes in AI, if the boom is real. Again, when you're looking at one of my past live streams, I said if you want to get rich in AI, you shouldn't be looking at the product layer. Okay, but you should be looking at the infrastructure layer, since that is what's most necessary for this. So, for example, when I'm looking at this, when I'm looking at my robot dog, yeah, if I want to invest in my robots, I'm not investing in the robots itself. I just bought this one because I have large investments in companies that create those robots. So the materials of those robots. So the chips, for example. Now, when you're looking at this, when we're looking at the AI space, they are in need for GPUs. So for example, like NVIDIA and AMD. Their stock prices go like crazy. Why? Because every big company understands, hey, if we want to get rich from this narrative here, we should invest in the infrastructure, okay? So they are raising billions of dollars in this infrastructure. Now, what do they need? Both. They need data centers, because in order to survive, they need to store all of the data, and in order to create the product itself, they need energy. So again, this is an infrastructure layer, okay? So data centers and energy. They invest massively to keep up with the AI demand. So then we have the 3 legs. We have the product layer, we have the hardware layer, and we have the infrastructure layer, okay? When you're looking at this, there's one problem. This one brings money in, but what happens if one of those stops providing? Okay? They are constantly circulating the money towards each other. If one of them stops, the other 2 have a problem. Now, when you're looking at this little chair here, don't mind my art. If one of them goes away, what will happen? This one will fall. So all of these 3, they need to be in check in order for this narrative to survive. Otherwise, you will have people here who will be scared. They will lose interest, prices drop, and no one in here, I'm sorry to tell you, is in it for the tech. Almost everyone in here is in it to make money on this new narrative. Now, when this happens, what we're seeing this month, as you guys can see here, Nvidia took a pretty big hit, okay? Now what happens here? Pretty big hit. Now what happens here? Pretty big hit. Why? Because this is all just one, oh, where is it? Yeah, this is all just one narrative, and this is all just one chair. This is one of the big problems that we are currently seeing. Now, when you're looking at this crash, and in my opinion, what is currently happening is, first of all, there is a stop in here. There are multiple factors, okay, and a lot of it comes down to sentiment. But when we're looking at the AI space at the moment, there's a lot of overvalue. So when you're looking, for example, at one of the biggest product layer companies like OpenAI, they currently have a revenue, what the people say, of around 13 towards 20 billion. Now you might think that is a lot. What I want you to understand is that the company itself is valued at more than 300 billion. They are thinking to IPO, and now people expect it to open up at 1 trillion. When you're looking at overvaluation, in this case, there is a lot. Now, there was a podcast, it was 4 days ago, where someone said, hey, Sam Altman, so the founder of OpenAI, can you explain to us if you are currently overvalued or not? Now, a lot of people, they were pretty surprised by his answer. So instead of saying, hey, you know what, maybe it is, he said, hey, interviewer, you own a lot of stock of us. I can sell that as well. So instead of saying, hey, I will give you a reason, he almost threatened the guy with, I will sell your stock if you keep on answering, if you keep on asking me this question. What isn't the best thing if you have a lot of people who are very worried that the stock might be overvalued? Because if it was not, he could have given a very clear answer. But what did he do? He was very defensive and almost run away from the interview. Now, there was a lot of speculation about this, of course. But I want you to understand, when you're looking at narrative economics, it is a bubble. So at one moment, this needs to happen and it can pop. Now, a lot of speculation on the retail was when for the people who watched the movie The Big Short, so you had Michael Burry, who is famously known for his biggest short, saying, hey, guys, I'm going to short this and this and this company because I think it will have a crazy dump. Now, this led to a lot of people saying, hey, he was right back then, so most probably he is right now. Do I agree with this? I have to say, when you're looking at him as a personality, I want you to understand, since his Big Short, it became almost his marketing to try to call the top on everything. So every single time when there was a narrative, he was vocally screaming, yeah, no, and I'm going to short it. And there were many times where he was actually completely wrong. Do I say he's wrong now? Let's see. But do I think that now is the main leader of this dump? No. I think that when we're looking at the AI dump itself, the biggest thing to understand is this: that if one struggles, the entire sector will move down. Okay? It's that simple. So the entire sector will take a hit if one of these goes down. Why? Because they basically need each other. And especially if one is overvalued, you have a problem. Now, the question is, of course, for a lot of people now, am I bullish or bearish on this? What I want you to understand, I still think that when we're looking at AI and the infrastructure of it, I still think, for me, it's one of my biggest bets of the upcoming decade. Okay, again, blockchain, quantum computing, AI and robotics will be my biggest bets of the upcoming decade. Now, am I afraid of a dump? No. Am I afraid of a bust? No. Why? Because I think that genuinely this can shape and change the world. Okay. Now, when you're looking at a big difference between meme tokens and NFTs, did I see such a big difference in it? No. When we're looking at the amount of jobs that are already getting replaced by AI, that is not something a normal narrative does. Do I think it is good that someone fucking pops a needle in the bubble for it to decrease? From an investor's point of view, I'm pretty happy if it happens, okay? And I think that for a lot of people, they don't understand this, okay? From an investment point of view, this is the best that could happen. And for me, I'm fine with it going all the way towards here. Why? Because I believe in the future of it. And if it's currently overvalued, then I want to have it at a fair price, okay? Just from a normal point of view. If you read, so for example, these are the, wait, I will put it here, yeah? For example, these are the Loro Piana Summer Walks, yeah? Cool shoe. A lot of people want these. Now, what I want you to understand, I want these at the store price. Yeah, I want this at a normal Loro Piana price. Why? Because I really, really, really like them. Yes? If they, at one moment, okay, they are now already a very big hype, and you need to buy them on the secondary market for, so I paid for these in the store 1,000 euros, but on the secondary market now, you might have to pay 1,500 euros for them. I don't like that if I just want the shoe because I like the shoe. Yeah, because I know that for retail it's just 1,000. That's the fair price. But now because a lot of retards who don't know nothing want it as well, I have to pay a premium above this. If the price goes down and the hype of all of the nerds goes away and I can finally buy my shoe again for a fair price, would I be angry or would I be happy? I would be happy, of course, okay? Now from an investment point of view, this is the point that I try to make. This is exactly the same when you're looking at the market. If something is overvalued, like for example, hey, we are making 30 billion in revenue or 20, and there are speculations that our IPO will be at 1 trillion, then there is a serious problem, okay? Now, that is just something I wanted you guys to understand, because I think a lot of people, again, when you're looking online, a lot of people will get scammed by not understanding these very simple fundamentals, okay? They will just lure you into some bullshit call group. They will say, hey, look, I have a new Lamborghini. Do you want to live this life as well? All fuck faces, okay? Make sure that you are the owner of your knowledge. That's the most important thing. Again, if you want to understand exactly what I do, I have a link below to my school where I literally explain to you exactly what the fundamentals are of what I do and how I'm approaching the market. Make sure that you watch that one. Now, in my previous live streams, I got a lot of applications for the Market Wizards. As you guys know from Instagram, it's still closed, but keep an eye on the Instagram stories this week, okay? Keep it on this week. For the people who I was DMing with, same thing, okay? Now, let's do a general market overview for upcoming week, okay? When we're looking at BTC, it's very simple, yeah? We have this. Oh, by the way, I see that 140 people, that's a lot. Okay, first of all, thank you for watching. I'm not done yet, but just thank you. 140 is quite some. Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so it triggers the algorithm and we have more people watching and we can get more people not being scammed in the markets. But when I'm looking at this, guys, it's very simple. This is a level that we have been talking about now for 6 weeks straight, okay? So when we started doing the live streams, I shorted this one here all the way towards here. People called me crazy for shorting here. Well, look who laughs now, okay? When we're looking at this, it's very simple. This level, I said, if we reach this, that for me is the moment where we basically can reposition ourselves for a longer time frame, okay? Now, when I'm looking at this, we have this red range that we have been speculating on for more than 6 weeks. That is finally hit. The only thing is that we have quite some deviations below the red range. Now this is something that is quite dangerous. Not from a perspective of, hey, we are going to break through, but from a perspective of, hey, I want to trade it, but it will be quite hard in order for me to put my stop loss at a right position, since a 4% stop loss is quite big. Okay, so this means that so when I'm looking at my own triggers for my full strategy, again, if you want to know that, just go there. I need more triggers than this. Okay, are we currently in a zone of interest? Yes. Are we currently close to me putting a long in the markets? Yes. But for now, I still have to be very patient. So how usually I would already be quickly entering a long now, this right here makes it quite hard. Now this is on BTC. I want you to understand, if it's hard on BTC, then I want you to understand that when you're looking at Sol, having a stop here would be a stop of almost 10%. When you're adding 10% leverage or 10x leverage, you're already gone. Okay, so the market here, in my opinion, on most alts is pretty hard to trade. This will be the reason why BTC will need to give me all of my valid triggers, more than usual, in order for me to say, hey, I'm going to play it from here all the way towards here. Again, I'm a range trader. What makes taking profit stupidly simple? I started with just VIPs, okay? So just this. The only problem was my entries were perfect, but my exits were shit. I think this will be relatable for a lot of people. Now, when I'm looking at this, range trading is very simple. We just have 3 levels where I enter at 1. So for example, here. And this is TP1, so take profit 1, and this is take profit 2. Now when I'm looking at this, I will just play it inside of the red range, TP1, TP2. Because this is such a growth era, I won't take 100% TP, but I will leave 25% on the table in order to play it towards a potential level here. Again, I have to wait first before I get all of my triggers. One of the things that I always do is I do this. I just reverse the chart and ask myself, okay, from this perspective, what would I do? Does this look bullish or bearish? Because one of the things that a lot of people do is they will only say, oh yeah, no, the market needs to go up because they have their investments. It's very simple for me. I want to be completely emotionless and ask myself, if I reverse the chart, would I still have the same take? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, good, okay? For a lot of people, this is not the case. Again, this area here for me is extra important since it's a very big range compared to all of the other ones. Now, usually I always take a look at the S&P as well. For now, I will just take a look at BTC because I think that the chart of BTC itself is clear enough. So I don't need any help now from the S&P. If BTC is in a moment where it has unclear price action like here, you will see in the other streams that I'm first looking at the S&P and then I will look at BTC. For now, BTC is very clear. I just need more triggers in order to do something. Maybe I will do something, maybe I won't, okay? Guys, this is the stream for now. I hope that you guys liked it. Again, if you want to know more about what I'm doing, go to the school. And otherwise, just go to Book.com. Yes? Besides this, don't forget to read Narrative Economics. I hope that I made everything more clear. Again, nothing in this video was financial advice. It's pure education. And I just hope that you don't get scammed anymore by retards who don't understand anything, but they're just marketers. Okay? Guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao. 160 watchers, that's crazy. Sorry, thank you again, okay? Thank you for, wow. And subscribe and like, yes?